Hi, my name is Austin Rowe, and the three course concepts that I'm going to be looking at today are self-concept, self-esteem, and culture. Self-concept is how individuals think and feel about themselves, and my self-concept is based heavily on Christian doctrines, as I've grown up in a strong Christian household. And one event that really helped shape my self-concept is when my father became a pastor at a local church. I began spending a lot more time at the church, and that really affected the way that I view myself. Self esteem takes self concept one step further and assigns a general positive or negative orientation to yourself. So, my self esteem is generally positive. I remember vividly, I had a teacher in third grade who always used to compliment how kind and caring I was towards other students, and this has really stuck with me um, and influenced my self esteem throughout my entire life. Um, Culture, it has to do with outward observable behaviors, and these refer to socio-cultural organizations, values, beliefs, perspectives. Um, and so I believe that my worldview has really shaped my culture, um, and my worldview began again when I began spending a lot of time at my local church, and it didn't stop there. I began exploring my worldview during summer camps, discussions with friends, discussions at school, um, all in different areas in my life. And so my worldview is one that is based off of predominantly religious beliefs, and my worldview influences my individual values, which influence my social beliefs, which in turn influence my outward observable behavior. I would consider myself a fairly responsible person. I always worked hard in high school to save up money to make sure that I could that I could have enough money to go to college. I worked a lot in high school, sometimes several different jobs, and I always made sure that I was punctual to all of my shifts and always requested time off far in advance if I needed it. And my employers always used to compliment my responsibility in those regards. Um, Most people would describe me as shy and not very talkative when it comes to my communication with other people. Um, my communication is definitely influenced by perspective and self concept. I perhaps am not always the most confident speaker, which stems, I think, predominantly from social comparisons, which is a portion of self concept. Um, and I'm constantly being compared to my father when it comes to his public speaking abilities. And so I think I oftentimes view myself as an inferior public speaker to many people, which is why I am less talkative typically. Um, and perception also influences my communication with other people. I perceive that I am not the best at public speaking, so I oftentimes try to be as quiet as possible and keep attention away from myself. In terms of my hobbies, I enjoy playing and watching all sorts of sports, um, and this can be heavily influenced by social comparisons again, as I often compare myself to those that I watch on TV or play against in real life. And this can oftentimes um, leave me feeling inferior when it comes to my athletic abilities, as I see people on TV and in real life who are just so much better than me, it seems like. And in terms of my relationships, I've always been very close with my family and friends, and they have always helped positively influence my self esteem. Um, an example of this is I am a very quiet and shy person, and so people often try to help me look at the positive side of this. They tell me that I'm quiet because I love to listen and I'm a good listener. Um, and so that's just a little bit about my relationships affecting my self esteem and self concept. Thank you for listening.